Hey guys, and welcome back to another Backwater Entrepreneur podcast and show, the show that guides your business from the backwaters to the global marketplace. My name is Jack, and I'm your host. And this is episode number 13. Now, in this episode, I want to talk to you about something very specific, something that happened to me over the last couple of weeks, and it's all about emails. Now, in business, I know that you're sending out emails, and in B2B business especially. So especially when you're sending out cold emails or just building up your lead list and sending out emails to them. And we're going to, do several shows on email marketing and stuff like that. But I want to talk to you about something that happened to me. Now, I have this email list. It's not too big, a couple of thousand people. And I send a weekly newsletter. Mostly about promotions, mostly about video marketing and stuff like that. And in one of the first emails that I sent a couple of weeks ago, I made a spelling error. So it happens to everybody. But the email title was supposed to read, let's assess your video needs. Now, usually I have about an open rate, rather good one, about 10-15% open rate, and a click-through rate of about 2 to 3%, which is not that good, but everybody's trying to build it up. I'm trying to build it up too. I made an error in let's assess your video needs. In that word, assess, if you misspell it with just one letter, it very easily reads asses. That's right, asses. And my email title read, let's asses your video needs. Now, what do you think happened? I got a rather big open rate, it was about 25 to 35%, and a click-through rate of about 10%. Then it just blew up with just one word, which was rather nasty, and I didn't want that to happen, but it happened, and I even got responses. I even got replies more than I needed to. And most of the replies, let's be honest, were just, haha, I think you should rethink your email title. I think you made a mistake and stuff like that. But, it drove engagement, and that's what it's all about. So it's about getting people interested in the content that you're sending out. So it drove engagement. I got an open rate, and I basically got people to notice me. And that's the main point, kind of just to notice the content that I'm sending out, because I don't want you to buy immediately. I don't want you to even hook immediately. I just want you to notice the content, and then we can build up to it. And then I thought, okay, a provocative email title in this seabed of information that we nowadays have and that people are bombarded with drove real engagement. Now this was a mistake. Let's test it again. And next time I went into a test phase with half of the list, and I put the email title, Grab the Summer by the Balls. Again, very provocative, not too, nothing I would send to a parent or a child or something, it's in line with business talk, but very informal. Grab the summer by the balls. On the other hand, it's not like I sent you nude pictures, or it's not like I, did anything wrong by the person reading it. Now, it also brought about a very high open rate, less than the previous one, but it also brought up one particular situation. One person, and I'm not going to name him, decided that he's offended by this and wrote me an email very emotionally about, what degenerate child wrote this, and I would never, even consider buying anything from you. And that's totally okay. You should know as a business owner that you shouldn't, in no situation, in no way, you should respond to that emotionally. You provoked him, and that's his right. Everybody has a right to have their own opinions, have their own feelings, and no matter what. And this was provocative. Grab the summer Red Bulls. Somebody can get offended. I wouldn't get offended personally, but, somebody might. And then I thought about what I'm going to respond to that, because I wasn't going to leave him just, being offended. I wasn't angry. I wasn't anything like that. I actually went and took the time to see who that was, because this is a person which was on my list, but who received my emails for 2 years. And we didn't get into the communication. At one point, he opted in and never did anything to show any other interest in that. And I went and researched that. So I went and saw, when did he opt in? I went and saw, how long was he receiving emails? And did he ever responded to any content that I sent him? And I sent him the email very clear-headed about that sounded something like this. Hey, person, thank you so much for your email. And I do understand that, you may feel, provoked through this email title. On the other hand, now you see that in all of the emails that you're receiving today, this was the email that you not only read, not only noticed, but actually felt something that you need to react to it, even if it was like this. I also saw that you opted in, and have been receiving emails for about 2 years now. Now, I totally understand your displeasement, concern, and even your decision not to buy anything from me. On the other hand, because you didn't react to any of my other content, maybe it's a good time to, go our separate ways. It's also good for me to clean my list. And if you're not going to buy anything, and if you're not interested in anything else I'm saying, it's okay to opt out, unsubscribe, or even let me know, hey, Jack, I'm not interested in what you are offering. And allow me the possibility to clean my list. No harm, no foul. And you're not wasting your time on reading my content. I'm not wasting my money on having you in my email list and having you another person which I'm paying for to email. So all in all, I would like to thank you, because you're a rock star just because you answered that email. And I thank you for that, even if it was like that. Now, again, what do you think happened? I got an email about 2 hours later with a totally different tone. I got an email basically apologizing for the first reaction and acknowledging how I reacted as a totally valid business person in the email. And that person was ashamed. He shouldn't be ashamed. I honestly think he is a rock star, for letting me know his opinion and noticing that email. And we connected on a much deeper level because of the way I responded to him on his initial response. And later on, we connected on LinkedIn, and he went on to see what I do. And even if he didn't buy anything, I know that he checked out the content that I wanted him to see for 2 years. Now, all this doesn't mean that you should go on and produce alternative concept and content for your email marketing and be vulgar and be indecent. But you should be provocative. You should test out in a reasonable way where is the limit of what it takes to get the attention of today's viewer, reader, whatever it is, lead, audience. And what can you do, to get that perfect combination? Now, again, this might have been a totally different thing if I responded to him, well, F you, to respond to my email like that. And who are you to criticize my email because that email title wasn't, even vulgar in my opinion. In that sense, it's just a normal phrase. But again, it's everybody's prerogative to be provoked and to feel differently about it. Imagine the way that you talk to your parents, or the way that you know somebody and their parents, and how these generations have different views and different opinions and different even ways of communicating between themselves and with the world. So, 2 things: provoke in a normal way, be provocative in order to test out what it takes, what gets the attention of your audience. On the other hand, be very mindful on how you continue the communication with the people that even, that acted out in affect, in a hurry, in their initial reaction. You don't have to react with an initial reaction. You can react in a very normal business way, apologize or not apologize, but be mindful. That's it for this episode. I found, I hope you find it, useful as an experience that I had. And let me know if you had a similar experience. Comment or write to me on the website or on social networks where you're listening or watching this podcast. I'll talk to you next week on another episode of The Backwater Entrepreneur. Check out the website, backwaterentrepreneur.com. Talk to you soon.